Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today's video is going to be a little nostalgic. We're going to talk about the things that I miss seeing out and about while I'm living my daily life here in the United Kingdom. So if you're new here, my name is Mandy, your friendly American living in the UK, sharing what it's really like to build a life across the pond as an American and just the tidbits that go along with all of that. Let's chat about some of the sites that tug on my American heartstrings just a little. Okay, we're gonna start with the big one, the big yellow one. That's right, the bright yellow, slightly squeaky and a little bit imposing, but iconic vehicle of the childhood in America, the bright yellow American school bus. Yes, these actually do exist, and these are actually the standard mode of transportation for those going to school in elementary school, middle school, and high school. There's something about seeing a line of school buses trying to drop kids off for their day, stopping at corners with the stop sign coming out and the lights, and kids just piling out with all these backpacks with their lunch boxes swinging. It's an iconic depiction of American life, and I didn't think I would miss seeing it. But here in the UK, the school run is extremely different. It's very civilized, everyone's queuing up, there's no real drama. If their parents aren't picking them up, they're just going on a regular town or city bus just like everybody else would. But I do miss the big yellow buses. I miss seeing them out and about. I know, it sounds crazy, but I can't help it. Next up is birds. I mean literal birds, not the slang for birds here in the UK. I miss seeing colorful birds out and about, and particularly cardinals and blue jays. They're so beautiful and they're so brightly colored. We had a cardinal that had a nest in our backyard, and they would come every spring. So I knew that it was springtime every time I saw the cardinal, and just really, really gorgeous birds. It just always brought a smile to my face. So it's something that I wish I could see more often of here in the UK. They do have beautiful birds here in the UK. Their robins are really adorable, and I love magpies. I think they're really cool. They just don't have the size, and they're just not as showy as they are in America. Probably representative of the culture. Okay, time to talk food, because you know that's my favorite subject. Specifically, mom and pop pizza shops. I talk about this a lot in my videos. I really miss it though. I've been told there's mom and pop pizza shops here in England, but I have not found any yet. I do miss having a mom and pop shop that does real authentic pizza. The mom and pop shops are typically family owned. Usually their grandparents was an immigrant and brought their local recipes with them and opened the shop. Every shop has its own little personality. Every shop has its own flavor and its own take on this amazingly lovely dish. And I just kind of miss being a very stereotypical guy in the kitchen with the mustache and the dark hair and tossing the pizza dough in the back, and the smell of garlic and oregano and olive oil just pouring out as soon as you open the door. They're never fancy, they're never a chain, they're just good, authentic flavors, fresh ingredients, amazingly chewy, perfect crusts, and tangy homemade sauce, and there's just a chaotic but yet comforting vibe as soon as you walk in. In the United Kingdom, your options are Domino's, Pizza Express, if you feel a little fancy, I guess. And if someone says, oh, there's a great pizza place right here near the station, it's usually some kind of like flatbread situation, costs like 20 pounds and still leaves you hungry, and in my opinion is a little bit pretentious. I just miss the grease through the box pizza. I know this will probably kill me, but it's totally worth it kind of pizza. I know it's really hard to explain to all of my UK friends, but you gotta work on this one. Your curry game is fantastic. Fish and chips, you got that down pat. Some of your comfort foods like bangers and mash, phenomenal. But you gotta work on your pizza game. I'm sorry, it's just the truth. Next is all about the elephant in the room that no one wants to talk about, the sun. That bright ball in the sky that's like yellowy orange that shows up every once in a while here in the UK. Yeah, that thing. It's almost like a mythical kind of appearance of sunlight in the UK. Of course, I'm being a little bit cheeky, especially in the summertime. It's much more prominent. I knew coming here what I was getting into. I knew it meant trading in traditional blue skies, bright sunny vibes to moody gray, often wet vibes. But I still get baffled by the sheer rarity of truly sunny days. Hear me out. Back home in the States, especially where I grew up in New Jersey, we'd get sunshine even in the winter. It might be cold. There might even be snow on the ground. Sky would still be blue. The light, bright sun is still shining, and the shadows are still extremely sharp. Here, you wake up, you look out the window, and it's an emotional support gray day for the 17th day in a row, and you have to just brace yourself for the day. The funniest part here is people subconsciously realize it because they treat sunny days like a national event. When it's nice out, everybody's out and about. They might be complaining about the heat. They're doing whatever. They're walking, shopping, they're having a coffee outside. The parks fill up almost instantaneously with dogs, with kids, with picnickers, with everybody. So I know my British counterparts know what I'm talking about. It's just a completely different vibe in the United States, particularly when you're comparing winters. I'll give it this to the UK. When the sun does show up, it is celebrated. The next one is definitely a spoiled American one, but I miss drive-thrus. I miss being able to get a coffee without parking. Back home, I could swing into a Starbucks. I could grab my medication. I could do my banking. And there was even a couple stores where I could get like drive-through liquor. And I'm just back on the road in 5 minutes. I don't miss a beat at all. And there's no reason to get out of your car. It's lazy, but it is the American way. Here in the UK, you want a coffee, you are committing to go to a coffee. You have to walk to where you're going. You have to deal with the hustle and bustle. Even if you drive, you have to find parking. Sometimes you have to pay for parking. You go inside, you order, you wait, you sit, you walk back, you hope it does not rain. And by the time you're back in motion, the coffee's like lukewarm and you're just a little bit, was it worth it? I could have coffee in my house. Sometimes I just get American lazy, I guess. Okay, one thing that has to definitely be mentioned is giant parking lots. Parking lots that are huge and have lots of spaces and you don't have to pay for them and the spaces are humongous. Anyone who has driven in America will attest to the glory that is the sprawling space of shopping mall or mini mall parking lots. Here, you're lucky if you get more than like 6 parking spaces in a row and if your car can still fit in it. I'm still learning how to drive and navigate this stuff. So I want to be able to park where there's nobody else around me so that if I do a really bad job, which is pretty inevitable, I won't hit anybody. I miss like having the emptiness of parking lot, having pull-through spots. When you talk about someone who failed parallel parking even in their American test, and I gotta figure out how to do a parallel park in some space that's like the width of a yoga mat, especially when there's an audience and you're holding up traffic, I'm stressed out talking about it. I miss having a parking lot, having a big, open, spacious parking lot. I probably just miss space in general, to be fair. Clearly, I'm intimidated by parking. Living abroad means falling in love with a brand new way of life, but it also means that you have to kind of make peace with the life that you've left behind. And honestly, missing these little things, the little sights and the little silly comforts, it just comes with the whole experience of being human, right? I wouldn't trade my life here in the UK for anything. I love it. But every now and then I have to allow myself to just miss those little tidbits, those little pieces of American culture that I'm just not gonna ever get here in the UK. Yellow buses, those bright colored birds, authentic mom and pop pizza. No offense to British weather, but I'm always gonna miss having more sunny days by far. It's what I chose, so I have to suck it up and I'm willing to do so. But those are the gripes that I have on a fairly regular basis about living here in the UK. Thanks for listening. Love you guys. Talk to you soon. Stay safe. Bye.